very good morning to all class 12 students. I hope you are well, safe and secure. Now today we will do the next portion in admission of a partner. Now till now we finished treatment of goodwill, changing profit sharing ratio. Now today we will start revaluation account. I hope you all know what's revaluation account all about. हमने इसको change in profit sharing ratio में किया था. How we prepare revaluation account, what is the journal entry regarding revaluation account. So I'm just giving you a brief review. What is the proper format of revaluation account, why we prepare revaluation account, and what are the contents, what are the format and journal entries regarding revaluation account, and then we will practice important questions which are important for the board purposes. I hope you all know revaluation account. Now just take a brief recount on that, understand term again, and if you are finding any problem, please do tell me. Now what is revaluation account? You know that whenever partner admit in admission, in partnership, whenever new partner admit, the old partner revalue all the assets and liabilities. The why there is a need for revaluation of assets and liabilities is because so they find out when the new partner comes, before that they can find out what is the actual position of the businesses. Now if there are any assets there which is decreasing or maybe it's increasing, is there any liabilities there, whether any unrecorded asset or liabilities are there, they need to find out. And profit and if they get profit from this thing, if the assets are increasing, they distribute the profit in their old ratio, the old partners. Okay, similarly if there are any losses are there, they have to bear it. That means the basic funda in understanding the revaluation account is whenever new partner admit, okay, whenever new partner admit, the old partners prepare revaluation account so that they find out the actual position of business. Is it clear? Now, normally the question can be arises, what is the nature of revaluation account? There are some people say that it's a real account, means all assets are debited, all liabilities are credited, but the revaluation and the nature of revaluation account is nominal because it measures the increase and decrease in asset and liability, that's true, but generally it measures the profit and loss which is arises due to increase in assets or losses are there which is arises due to increase in liabilities. So I'm just going to prepare you what is revaluation account and how we prepare it. So revaluation account means revaluation will prepare in admission, retirement and death, but we are studying our admission over here, and the definition of revaluation account is the change in the value of assets and liabilities adjusted through an account titled revaluation account. Means from where we can change, we can adjust our assets and liabilities, जहां पर हम अपनी assets को और liability को adjust करते हैं. Now, तो is increase or decrease. So there are lot many terms are there. We need to identify what are the assets which are increases, what are the liability which are decreases. Okay, what are there any unrecorded asset, any unrecorded liabilities are there? We need to mention everything in revaluation account. The other nature of revaluation account, other name of revaluation account is profit and loss adjustment account. So revaluation account का दूसरा नाम क्या है? It also called profit and loss adjustment account. Is it clear? The nature of revaluation account, which normally comes over 1 marks, it's nominal. The nature of revaluation account is nominal because it finds out expenses and incomes through asset, increase in asset, increase in liabilities. कितना firm को profit हुआ, कितना firm को loss हुआ. So this is the first term. Now next thing is how we prepare revaluation account. What are the terms which come under revaluation account? So you need to understand that. First thing is important one. Now I'm just giving you a brief entries regarding revaluation account first, then we prepare revaluation account. Suppose the first thing says that, understand term, the first thing says that whenever increase in the value of assets, when increase in the value of assets, increase in the value of assets. Now tell me what is the entry? जब हमारी assets की value बढ़ती है, ये revaluation account के through कैसे pass की जाती है? How we pass the journal entries? So whenever asset increases, you know that whenever asset increases, it's debited. So we write here assets account debit to revaluation account because it's the income for the firm and the nature is nominal. So whenever profit or income increases, it's always credited. Whenever profit and incomes increases, always credited, or whenever asset increases, it's always debited. Simple rule. हमने class 11th में पढ़ा है. Whenever the value of asset increases, it need to be debited, And revaluation, the nature of revaluation is nominal. So when the asset value of asset increases, it's bring the profit in the business. Okay, this similarly right, assets account debit to revaluation account. The first entry is clear. I hope assets account debit to revaluation account. Being the value of asset increases, we write being the assets value increases. Similarly, when decrease in the value of assets, when decrease in the value of assets, decrease in the value of assets. Now tell me what's the entry? Now here the value of asset decreases. Okay, here the value of assets decreases. यहाँ पर asset की value क्या हो रही है? कम हो रही है. Now similarly, whenever asset decreases, is credited, and the nature of revaluation is nominal. We say that all expenses and losses are debited. So we write here revaluation account debit to assets account means जब asset की value कम होती है तो वो debit side में आएगा revaluation के, जितना कम हो रहा है, the increase or decrease. To write revaluation account debit to assets account being decrease in the value of assets. These two entries are clear? Sure? Okay, move to third one. The third one is whenever the value of liability increases. Now you have to pay more. Liability means the obligations of the business. जो business के debts हैं, whenever increase in the value of liabilities. Third part is increase in the value of liabilities. Value of liabilities. Now whenever the liability value increases, whenever increase in the value of liability, again, now whenever the liability value increases, whenever business liability increases, whenever business obligation increases, it's an expense for the firm. So we write revaluation nominal account, so revaluation account debit, all expenses are debited, we write revaluation account debit, and the liabilities increases. So whenever liability increases, always credited. I hope you understand the rule. Whenever the value of liability increases, always credited. So we write revaluation account debit to liabilities account, or we write sundry liabilities account to liabilities account being increase in the value of liabilities. Transaction number 4. Transaction number 4 is decrease in the value of liabilities. In the value of liabilities. Now जब हमारी liabilities कम होती है, now when you have to pay, suppose you have to pay to your creditor 30,000 rupees, but आपको जब आपने revaluation बनाया, मान चल नहीं, we need to pay only 20,000. Okay, it's an income for the firm. So whenever income increases, always credited, and whenever liability decreases, always debited. जब भी liability बढ़ती है, credited, जब भी liability कम होती है, debited. तो we write liabilities account debit to revaluation account. To revaluation account being decrease in the value of liabilities. Being decrease in the value of liabilities is income for the firm. So all incomes are credited. I hope the 4 transactions clear. Note down this one also. Next thing is the transaction number 5th is okay. For accounting unrecorded liability. For accounting unrecorded liabilities. Now there are certain transaction number 5, accounting unrecorded liabilities. Now what are these unrecorded liabilities? Now unrecorded liability means the liability which you forget to be recorded, जिसको आप record नहीं कर पाए. लेकिन when you prepare revaluation account, you need to say that you need to when you check the account, आपको ये पता लगा, you find that there is a certain amount of creditor which is forget to be recorded. या कोई लोन था या कोई ओब्लिगेशन थी जो आप रिकॉर्ड करना भूल गए थे, लेकिन इसको रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज जो नया पार्टनर आएगा वो सारी बुक्स की अकाउंट चेक करेगा एंड से भाई ये जो लायबिलिटी है बिजनेस की, दिस इज द ओल्ड वन, ये मैंने लायबिलिटी नहीं ली थी, तो यू नीड टू रिकॉर्ड इट. तो मीन्स फॉर अकाउंटिंग अनरिकॉर्डेड मीन्स विच इज फॉरगेट टू बी रिकॉर्ड इन द बुक्स, जिसको हमने अभी तक बुक पे रिकॉर्ड करना भूल गए, यानी उसको बुक्स में शो नहीं किया गया, पुरानी बैलेंस शीट में इसको शो नहीं किया गया. Now you need to record it. Now when you need to record the liabilities, now it's an expense for the firm because business की liability बढ़ रही है, कि whenever liability increases is an expense for the firm. So we write revaluation account debit to liabilities, or we simple write to unrecorded liabilities. Okay, so we simple write revaluation account debit to unrecorded liabilities account. Is it clear? Because the expense for the firm, and whenever liability increases is always credited. जब भी liability बढ़ती है, ठीक है, simple. Whenever liability increases, always credited. I hope it's clear. Similarly, sixth one is for accounting unrecorded assets. Accounting unrecorded assets. Now कोई asset थी, कोई पुराना furniture था, कोई पुराना computer था, कोई पुराना typewriter था, whatever. कोई भी एसेट थी जिसको आप बिजनेस में रिकॉर्ड करना भूल गए, यू फॉरगेट टू रिकॉर्ड इन द बुक्स. नाउ नीड टू ब्रिंग बैक द बुक इन द बुक्स. आपको उसको बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज इन द फुल डिस्क्लोजर इज अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल से ऑल द मटेरियल इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच आर रिलेटेड टू बिजनेस शुड बी रिकॉर्डेड इन द बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट. तो यू नीड टू बी रिकॉर्डेड. इट मींस एनी अनरिकॉर्डेड एसेट्स आर देयर व्हिच यू फॉरगेट टू बी रिकॉर्डेड, उसको रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा. इज इट क्लियर? इट्स an income for the firm. तो वी राइट हियर whenever asset increases always debited. तो वी राइट unrecorded assets account debit to revaluation account, because the income for the firm, the revaluation will be credited because all gains and incomes are credited. I hope this sixth part is clear. Please note down this one. So we have recorded 6 journal entries. Now the all total revaluation account based on 6 journal entries. I'll give you a format of revaluation account now. I hope you also understand. Okay, I told you in my previous lectures how to prepare revaluation account and journal entry regarding same. Here we're doing the revision part of that. So I hope it's clear how we generalize the accounting treatments, how we generalize the accounting terms in terms of revaluation account. Now, next part is how we prepare revaluation account. Okay, now one more thing is here. Note down entry numbers 7th and 8th. If their profit is here, when the credit side of revaluation account, income side of revaluation account is more than the expense side, debit side, the firm gets a profit. Okay, so in that case, when firm, the credit side of the revaluation account is more, the business gets profit, the firm gets profit. So that profit should be distributed to old partners capital account, not the all partners, to old partners. बिकॉज अभी तक बिजनेस में कौन काम करते आ रहे थे? ओल्ड पार्टनर्स. नया पार्टनर तो अभी आया. तो वट एवर एनी इनकम अराइजेस, वट एवर प्रॉफिट अराइजेस थ्रू रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट, दैट टू बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बिटवीन ओल्ड पार्टनर्स. ओके, सिमिलरली व्हेन एनीवन लॉस इज हियर, इट टू बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बिटवीन ओल्ड पार्टनर्स. तो हाउ वी ट्रांजेक्शन फॉर रिवैल्यूएशन प्रॉफिट? यू राइट एंट्री रिगार्डिंग दिस एंट्री नंबर 7, जनरल एंट्री रिगार्डिंग रिवैल्यूएशन प्रॉफिट. तो वी राइट रिवैल्यूएशन प्रॉफिट, द एंट्री विल बी, we write revaluation account debit to partners capital account, to A's capital account, to B's capital account, okay, to old partners in their old ratio, being revaluation profit. We write revaluation profit distributed to old partners, in their old ratio, Obviously, the revaluation profit is here. Now, whenever profit arises, the partner's capital increases. And whenever partner's capital increases, it will be credited. Whenever the partner's capital increases, it will be credited. Obviously, now same way you can find the entry of revaluation of expense when the loss is here. 8th one is revaluation loss. Entry regarding revaluation loss. Now when loss, they need to bear, the partners, the old partner need to bear it. Whenever profit is here, the partners capital increases. जब भी profit होता है, partners capital बढ़ती है, because we add, profit will be added in the partners capital account. Same way loss need to bear. तो loss क्या करेगा? partners capital को कम करेगा. तो we write A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to revaluation account. to revaluation account. Okay, being revaluation losses debited to partners capital account. Debited to partners capital account because loss is bear by the partners. Loss से क्या होगा? Partners capital will be decreases. So whenever partners capital decreases, it will be debited. I hope the 8 transition is clear. Now this is through revaluation account. This we maintain revaluation account. How we generalize a transition through revaluation account. Now next one is what is the format of revaluation account? I'm making the format of revaluation account. Note down. I hope you note down all the journal entries. There are total number of 8 journal entries are there regarding revaluation account. Through this 8 journal entry, we can prepare the whole concept of revaluation account. So understand journal entry very firmly because it will provide you a very good guideline, very good concept how to prepare revaluation account and the other ledgers also. Means here we are preparing revaluation account. Okay, I told you revaluation, the nature of revaluation account is also got the profit loss adjustment account and the nature is nominal. Here we write this one is debit side, this one is credit side, we write particular, we write amount, again we write particular, we write amount. Okay, the first one is, suppose say whenever any, the first we write when all assets, whenever decrease in the value, we write to decrease in the value of assets. I hope it's clear. Whenever any asset decreases, is an expense for the firm or loss for the firm, they are debited. Where we can pass the entry. जब हमने decrease in the value of assets, जब हमने decrease in the value of assets को record किया था, हमने with journal entry we passes, we say revaluation account debited to sundry assets. So now we are preparing revaluation account. So here revaluation account. Sundry asset will be debited. Okay, to decrease in the value of assets. Okay, in revaluation account. It doesn't mean we are debiting the asset account. We are debiting in revaluation account because revaluation nominal nature. All expenses are debited to decrease in the value of assets. First thing. Similarly, if any liability, any sundry asset increases, we write increase in the value of sundry assets. Increase in the value of sundry assets. These two lines are clear. Next thing is when any liability increases, when you have to pay more liability, you pass the entry revaluation account debited to sundry liability. Check your copy where you note down all the transition. We pass the revaluation account debited to sundry liability. The revaluation account debited. So we write two sundry liabilities. Okay. Now here we write two sundry liabilities. Now why we write liability here? Increase in the value of liability. Right, increase is expense for the firm, increase in the value of liabilities. Now when we reassess the liabilities and assets, we find that the liability value increases. Similarly, whenever liability decreases, we write by sundry liabilities, decrease in the value of sundry liabilities, decrease in the value of sundry liabilities. SL means sundry liabilities because when your liability decreases, it's income for the firm. Firm has to pay less. Firm को कम pay करना है. So it's income for the firm. That's why it's credited. Next thing is when any unrecorded assets here, unrecorded asset is the income for the business because the asset which are not recorded, हम इसको record करना है. Is it clear? It's an income for the business. We write by unrecorded assets. Transaction number 8, I think. So transaction number 6, I think. By unrecorded assets account, by unrecorded assets account, here we write to unrecorded liability is the expense for the firm, unrecorded liabilities, unrecorded liabilities account. Here we mention the unrecorded liability is the expense for the firm, means firm has to pay more, is the expense for the firm. That's why it's debited. I hope the journal entry part is clear. Now, whenever credit side is more, when the credit side is more, the firm get profit. The profit transferred to A's capital account. Who is the old partner? to B's capital account instead of A's B we can write to partners capital account. मैं इसलिए रहा हूँ ताकि आपको समझ में आ जाए ये transfer to profit transfer to A and B capital account. Here we write the total side. Similarly, if the debit side is more, and credit side is less, we write by A's capital account or any by partners capital account. Here I am taking the partner A and B. We write to partners capital account. This is loss on revaluation. Now this is a particular format how we prepare the revaluation account. Now इसकी बहुत जरूरत पड़ेगी हमें when we prepare when we do the question regarding 6 marks or 8 marks question regarding revaluation account, partners account, balance sheet. So this is one of the most important part, revaluation account, because it's tell us reassessment of asset and liability brings profit or loss in the firm. So please note down this part. All this clear? Note down this one. Now I'm giving you certain transitions. Now we need to generalize it. I'm writing a certain transition. We need to generalize it one by one. Okay, there are some uncommon transitions are there which are not very common. We need to generalize this. हमें ये आना चाहिए हम इसको generalize कैसे करें? Because the question can be asked. You need to prepare revaluation account. You need to prepare partners capital account. You need to prepare balance sheet. Although you say that instead of preparing revaluation partners के balance sheet, only generalize the transaction. कई बार ये question आ जाता है जो students होते हैं ये practice only the questions regarding revaluation partners के balance sheet वो जनरल एंट्री की प्रैक्टिस नहीं करते हैं और कई बार हो चुका है 2017 में ऑल्सो 2019 ऑल्सो जैसे पास जनरल एंट्री नोन टू प्रिपेयर डिफरेंट लेजर्स आपको सिर्फ जनरल एंट्री पास करनी है तो ये शुड बी क्विक इनफ बट जनरल एंट्रीज आर इजी जनरल एंट्रीज आर इजी पार्ट ऑफ कोर्स सम स्टूडेंट फील दे आर लेंथी दे आर नॉट लेंथी व्हेन यू प्रैक्टिस इनफ दे आर नॉट ठीक है दे आर नॉट लेंथी even the general entries part of 8 marks question you can able to solve within 12 to 15 minutes depend upon how much you practice आपने कितना प्रैक्टिस किया इस क्वेश्चंस के तो ओनली थिंग इन अकाउंटेंसी ठीक है द स्पीड राइजेस स्पीड कब बढ़ती है व्हेन यू नो द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड यू प्रैक्टिस ओके तो आई होप यू नोट डाउन दिस ट्रांजैक्शंस नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज वी नीड टू जनरलाइज सर्टेन ट्रांजैक्शंस so I need to rub this I'm taking the some important transactions generalize them although we generalized all the 8 transactions which are related to revaluation account. Now suppose if it says that transaction number 1 note that unrecorded investment worth rupees 5,000. First transaction is unrecorded investment worth rupees 5,000. Now is there any investments here? आपने कहीं पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया था आप उसको भूल गए आपने इसको पुरानी बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया लेकिन जब आपने रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट को प्रिपेयर करना आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे यानी जब आपने बुक्स को चेक किया तो आपको फाइन मिला ये पता लगा कि एक इन्वेस्टमेंट थी 5,000 रुपीज की विच यू फॉरगेट टू बी रिकॉर्डेड तो इट्स इनकम फॉर द फर्म ना आपको उसको रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा नेक्स्ट थिंग इज I'm writing a transaction that we generalize one by one. Unrecorded liabilities towards suppliers. Unrecorded liabilities towards supplier. Now supplier को आपने पैसा पे करना था, but you forget to be recorded. आपने इसको रिकॉर्ड नहीं किया या भूल गए. Unrecorded ठीक है liabilities towards supplier ₹1,500. Third one is third transaction is a creditor of ₹600 is not likely to be claimed. A creditor of ₹600 is not likely to be claimed. This is an important part. एक क्रेडिट था 600 रुपये का अब आपको उसको पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है सिंपल मेंशन है क्रेडिटर और ₹6,500 इज नॉट लाइकली टू बी क्लेम मींस अब आपको पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है ऑफ कोर्स गुस्सा उसने को डिस्काउंट दे दिया हो या उसने माफ कर दिया हो कि ठीक है मुझे नहीं चाहिए इज नॉट लाइकली टू बी क्लेम तो इट्स इनकम फॉर द फर्म देयर 3 ट्रांजैक्शंस फोर्थ नंबर इज record the 4 transactions then we do generalize of these 4 transactions so first we generalize all these 3 transactions first. The first one is we generalize these 3 transactions. The first one we need to generalize these three transactions. So I'm generalizing over here. We write date, we write particular, we write here ledger folio, debit and credit. Make the proper format. If the question asks prepare journal entry, you need to make the proper format. Here write in the books of, जो भी पार्टनरशिप का नाम होगा, here write in the books of, suppose जैसे A, B, C, या in the books of Ram and ठीक है, Ram and partnership, in the books of Mohan Enterprises, whatever the name is given, you have to write the name over here in the books of, ठीक है, the name of the firm. Here date will be coming when the new partner admit. Date कौन सी लिखते हैं यहाँ पर? जिस दिन नया पार्टनर एडमिट होता है. The date when new partner admits. Suppose admitting on 1/4/19. तो we are on 1/4/20. तो we have to write the date. Date यहाँ पर कौन सी आएगी? Where the new partner admits. जिस दिन हमें when we prepare revaluation account. जिस दिन हमें revaluation account बनाने की जरूरत पड़ती है. Is it clear? Here are particulars. The first transaction we see that unrecorded investment worth rupees 5,000. एक ठीक है इन्वेस्टमेंट है, अनरिकॉर्डेड है, हमें इसे रिकॉर्ड करना है ना. सिंपल है एंट्री इज इनकम फॉर द फर्म, तो रिवैल्यूएशन क्रेडिट होगा. अनरिकॉर्डेड इन्वेस्टमेंट एसेट बढ़ रही है, तो व्हेनेवर एसेट इंक्रीजेस डेबिट है. तो वी राइट अनरिकॉर्डेड इन्वेस्टमेंट अकाउंट डेबिट, अनरिकॉर्डेड इन्वेस्टमेंट अकाउंट डेबिट टू रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट. Unrecorded investment account debit to revaluation account. Next thing, I hope this part is clear. Being unrecorded investment brought in the books. Being unrecorded investment recorded in the books. It's simple, right? Unrecorded investment recorded in the books. Next is unrecorded liability towards supplier will be 1,500. You have to pay. This liability is here. Now, whenever liability increases, it's credited. Simple rule. Whenever liability increases, it's credited. Now, unrecorded liability बढ़ रही है, is credited. And whenever you have to pay more liabilities, is an expense for the firm. So we write revaluation account debit, revaluation account debit. Okay. Next is revaluation to sundry liabilities. Yeah, we write of course unrecorded liability, or simple write to sundry creditor, because supplier is a sundry, creditor is a creditor, we have to pay money. Being unrecorded liability recorded. Being unrecorded liability recorded. Why we write supplier sundry? Why we write sundry creditor? If the name is here, we can write the name. Suppose supplier is a Mohan, so we write simply revaluation account debit to Mohan, because Mohan is a creditor. Or supplier is a creditor. Why? Because we have to pay money. हमें इसको पैसा पे करना चाहिए था. Third is a creditor will be 600 not likely to claim. एक क्रेडिटर था 600 रुपये का, विच इज नॉट लाइकली टू क्लेम. हमारा फायदा होगा बिकॉज सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर में से 600 रुपीज बच गए, हमें पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सपोज ये क्रेडिटर्स इज रुपी 10,000, आउट ऑफ विच 600 इज नॉट लाइकली टू बी क्लेम, मीन्स अब हमें पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है. तो अब लायबिलिटी डिक्रीजेस. व्हेनेवर लायबिलिटी डिक्रीजेस इट शुड बी डेबिटेड. तो वी राइट सिंपल हियर सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स अकाउंट डेबिट, सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स account debit, or as income for the firm. Whenever income increases is credited, we write to revaluation account. Being creditors not likely to be claimed. Being creditors not likely to be claimed. Yeah, being creditors written off. Come on. Being creditors not likely to be claimed. So these are general entries which are very important one. There are lot many other general entries are there. We will practice all the questions regarding general entry. ठीक है, when the question arises, जब क्वेश्चन के अकॉर्डिंग हम जनरल एंट्री करेंगे. और देयर अदर पार्ट आल्सो देयर कि हाउ वी जनरलाइज इट. ठीक है, नॉट ओनली इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिवॉल्यूशन, ऑल्सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ पार्टनर्स कैपिटल आल्सो. नोट डाउन प्लीज दिस वन. देन वी मूव फर्दर टू इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. आई होप यू नोट डाउन जनरल एंट्रीज. Now this is an important part here. Lot many students makes mistake in that. यहाँ पर बहुत गलतियाँ करते हैं बच्चे. Understand them. There is a difference between machinery reduced by 25%. This one machinery reduced by 25%, and this is machinery reduced to 25%. Now again understand them. Machinery reduced by 25% and the machinery reduced to 25%. Let's say example. Case 1. Suppose in balance sheet under asset side, the machinery is given. We write machinery 1 lakh. मान लो हमें machinery 1 lakh given है. Okay, 1 lakh रुपए की machinery हमें given है. The machinery which book value 1 lakh rupees given. Now this is it. First thing, machinery is reduced by 25%. Machinery is reduced by 25%. जैसे मशीनरी जो है वो 25% रिड्यूस हो गई. मशीनरी इज रिड्यूस बाय 25%, मतलब मशीनरी की वैल्यू 25% से कम हो गई. तो व्हाट इज द 25% ऑफ 1 लाख इज 25,000. इट मींस दैट मशीनरी इज रिड्यूस बाय 25,000 रुपीस. द न्यू वैल्यू ऑफ मशीनरी इज 75,000. देखिए हमें नुकसान कितने का हुआ है? 25,000 का. द फर्स्ट केस इज मशीनरी इज रिड्यूस बाय, मशीनरी जो है उसकी वैल्यू 25% कम हो गई है. इज इट क्लियर? मींस the new value of machinery is 75,000, old value is 1 lakh, the new value is 75,000. फर्म को नुकसान कितने हुआ? 25,000. तो मींस रिवैल्यूएशन का हमने कितना रिकॉर्ड होगा? 25,000. This 75,000 should be recorded in the new balance sheet. But here, when we pass the entry revaluation account debit to machinery because the value of machinery is reduced by 25,000 rupees. Is that clear? So we pass the entry revaluation account debit to machinery account because the value of machinery decreases by 25,000 rupees. Is it clear? The first one, case 1 says that machinery is reduced by 25%. But the second says that, case 2 says that, machinery reduced to 25%. Machinery reduced to 25%. It means that मशीनरी घट के 25% होगी. द वैल्यू ऑफ मशीनरी इज 1 लाख, वो घट के 25% हो गई है. इट मींस अंडरस्टैंड टर्म, मशीनरी इज रिड्यूस्ड टू, द अर्लियर मशीनरी 100%, नाउ इज रिड्यूस्ड टू 25%. मींस डिक्रीज ऑफ 75% इज हियर. अंडरस्टैंड टर्म, बिकॉज़ दोनों में डिफरेंस है, आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा. मशीनरी इज रिड्यूस्ड टू 25%, मींस मशीनरी 25,000 रुपीस की होगी है. What is the 25% 1 lakh is 25,000. Machine now is a new value of machinery. New value means how much decrease? कितना decrease हुआ है? Decrease हुआ है 75,000. तो 75,000 should be recorded in revaluation account. This thing will be recorded in revaluation account. Case 1 says that machinery is reduced by 25%. Machinery 25% से reduce हुई है. Case 2 says that the machinery is reduced to 25%. मशीनरी घट के 25% रह गई है. मतलब डिक्रीज कितना हुआ? 75%. इट मींस द ओल्ड वैल्यू मशीनरी 1 लाख, द न्यू वैल्यू इज 25,000. अब मशीनरी की वैल्यू कितनी होगी? 25,000. कितना नुकसान हुआ आपको? कितना मशीनरी कम हुई है? 75,000. तो वी पास द एंट्री रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू मशीनरी अकाउंट. वी राइट इन रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट देयर लॉस ऑफ 75,000 हियर. तो वी राइट रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू मशीनरी 75,000. आई होप इट्स क्लियर. You understand them? What do you mean by reduced to, reduced by? Okay. Similarly, I hope it's clear. Please note down. You understand term? Okay. Next part is, if they say there is no need to maintain provision. Yeah, all debtors are good. If they say all debtors are good, all debtors are good. Now suppose again in balance sheet. Under asset sides, it mentioned that debtors, the value of debtor is given 1 lakh. और आपने एक प्रोविजन बना रखा है, प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट, प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट 5,000. तो यहां मीन्स 95. आपके डेटर्स 95 थे, उसमें से ₹5,000 आपको मिलने की उम्मीद नहीं है. आपने प्रोविजन में अगर चले हुए हैं, ठीक है, कि मींस दिस 5,000 विल नॉट बी रिकवर्ड, ये पैसा मिलने की चांसेस नहीं है. बट हियर द क्वेश्चन सेज दैट ऑल डेटर्स आर गुड. व्हाट दैट मींस? इट मींस दैट दिस 5,000 इज नो फर्दर रिक्वायर्ड. आपको इस 5,000 की जरूरत नहीं है, ये पैसा मिल गया है. मीन दे नो ऑल डेटर्स आर गुड. ऑल डेटर मींस 1 लाख, मींस यू आर गोइंग टू रिसीव 1 lakh rupees. इट मींस दैट the benefit is here, benefit of 5,000 here. Earlier you are imagining that, earlier prepared कि 5,000 हमें मिलने की chances नहीं है. But the tension says that all debtors are good. It means that whatever you create the provision, no further required, means you get the full amount of money. All debtors, whatever debtors given is, you are receiving the money from them. So no bad debts, no further provision for bad debt. It's a income for the firm. So we pass the entry, simply debtors account debit, simply write debtors account debit to revaluation because we are getting the money. We pass the entry, debtors account debit to revaluation account. We write 5,000. The income of 5,000 rupees is there. क्योंकि अब हमें पैसा मिलने की उम्मीद है. Clear? Understand term? Now suppose there are two partners are there, A and B. दो partners हैं A and B. ठीक है, इन्होंने डेटर्स 1 लाख बना के रखे हैं. अब ये थोड़े दुखी हैं. दुखी इसलिए हैं क्योंकि इन्हें 5,000 रुपीज मिलने के चांसेस नहीं है. बट अगेन when they realize, when they just check the books of account, they say that ये पूरा पैसा मिल चुका है. Now they happy. They say हमें पूरा पैसा मिल गया है. Means there is no further 5,000 rupees की जरूरत नहीं है. We are receiving full 1 lakh rupees. तो it's a income for the firm. Firm के लिए क्या है ये? Income है. I hope it's clear. Okay, these two terms are here. These two are very important terms. Now here we do the important transitions which are important for the purpose of revaluation account. तो we do one by one. ठीक है, मेरे साथ करिए आप लोग. And then ठीक है, note down transition. We'll do one transition and then the ठीक है, accounting treatment of that transition. Then we move to further one. Okay. Understand transition. This is past journal entries to record the foreign transitions on the admission of Jed. Okay, the Jed is a partner. Jed is a new partner in the journal of X and Y. तो old partners are X and Y. हमें जो बुक्स प्रिपेयर करनी है वो X and Y की करनी है. जेड बिजनेस में आया and who share the profit losses in the ratio of 2:3, means X share in the ratio of 2/5 and Y share in the ratio of 3/5. They say that the value of machinery, the first transition is the value of machinery increased by rupees 10,000. Book value of furniture is 50,000. Book value furniture कितना है? 50,000 given है. Now they say machinery is increased by 10,000. मशीनरी जो है वो 10,000 रुपीज बढ़ गई. इट मीन्स द न्यू वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज 60,000. कितना फायदा हुआ फर्म को? 10,000 रुपीज का. इंक्रीज बाय, जैसे इंक्रीज बाय 10,000. द ओल्ड वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज 50,000. नाउ द न्यू वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज इंक्रीज बाय 10,000 इज 60,000. कितना फायदा हुआ? 10,000 रुपीज का. हाउ वी राइट द एंट्री? वी राइट द वैल्यू ऑफ एसेट इंक्रीजेस. वी राइट फर्नीचर अकाउंट डेबिट to revaluation account. We write the entry furniture account debit to revaluation account. We write here 10,000. कितने का फायदा फर्म को? Being the value of furniture increased by 10,000. Being the value of furniture increased by 10,000. आपने नोट कर लिया? समझ में आ गया? Next we move to second part. This is clear. Write the narration being increase the value of 10,000 rupees. Transition number 2. Okay. Transition number 2. The second transition, please note down. They say that value of furniture is increased to rupees. The value of furniture. The value of furniture is increased to rupees 40,000. अब फर्नीचर की वैल्यू बढ़ के कितनी हो गई है? 40,000 हो गई है. द बुक वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज रुपीज, हियर मेंशन एज बुक वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज रुपीज 20,000. नाउ बुक वैल्यू मींस इज गिवन द ओल्ड बैलेंस शीट. हमें ओल्ड बैलेंस शीट में फर्नीचर की वैल्यू गिवन थी 20,000 रुपीज. क्वेश्चन सेज द वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इंक्रीज टू रुपीज 40,000. फर्नीचर की वैल्यू जब हमने चेक किया एट द टाइम ऑफ न्यू पार्टनर एडमिशन और एट टाइम ऑफ जेट, ठीक है, एज अ न्यू पार्टनर एडमिटेड इन द बिजनेस, एज पर दिस क्वेश्चन वी फाइंड दैट द वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इंक्रीज टू, बढ़ के कितनी हो गई है? 40,000. द ओल्ड वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर इज 20,000. अब बढ़ के कितना हो गया? 40,000. तो कितना बढ़ गया फर्नीचर? 20,000. इज इट क्लियर? बिकॉज द ओल्ड वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर गिवन द क्वेश्चन वो है 20,000 रुपीज. अब फर्नीचर बढ़ के कितना हो गया? इज इंक्रीज टू रुपीज 40,000. तो कितना फायदा हुआ फर्म को? 20,000 रुपीज का. तो वी राइट अगेन फर्नीचर अकाउंट डेबिट, फर्नीचर अकाउंट डेबिट टू रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट, टू revaluation account being increase in the value of furniture. Being increase the value of furniture 20,000 rupees. Okay. I hope the concept of buy and to is clear. The concept of to and buy and to is clear. Now suppose they say the book value of furniture is 30,000. अब कितनी होगी 40 तो कितना बढ़ गया है यू राइट 10,000 तब कितना लिखते हैं 10,000 ओके सपोज द ओल्ड वैल्यू 30 दिखी होती अब फर्नीचर कितना बढ़ गया है बढ़ के 40,000 हो गया है तो कितना बढ़ा है 10,000 देन वी राइट 10,000 हियर बट एज पर क्वेश्चन इज गिवन 20,000 ओवर हियर तो कितना बढ़ा है 20,000 ठीक है एज पर द क्वेश्चन नाउ ट्रायंगल नंबर 3 वी से the value of furniture has to be brought up to 120% of its book value. Okay, and the book value is given the question is 50,000. Very good. We write triangle number 3. Triangle number 3. This says that please note down the value of furniture. The value of furniture has to be brought up to the value of furniture. The value of furniture has to be. Note down triangle number 3. This says that the value of furniture has to be brought up to 120% of its value. The book value is rupees 50,000. अभी book value कितनी है 50,000 रुपए 50,000 rupees. Now it's increased by 120%. तो सही it's up to 120% means बढ़ के कितनी हो गई है 120% brought up to 120%. मतलब जो value furniture की value थी वो बढ़ के 120% बढ़ गई है 120% से नहीं बढ़ी है बढ़ के 120% हो गई है द वैल्यू से द वैल्यू ऑफ फर्नीचर हैज टू बी ब्रॉट अप टू 120% मतलब बढ़ के कितनी हो गई है 120% हो गई है तो फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज दैट मींस 50,000 100% तो वैल्यू कितनी बढ़ी चेक इट आउट द 20% of 50,000 is the 20% of 50,000 is 10,000 rupees is it clear to mean the furniture is increased by you simply find 50,000 into 120 by 100 is coming. If you say 50,000, 120% is coming 10,000. Okay, that means the value of furniture increased by 10,000 rupees. Furniture की value कितनी बढ़ गई है 10,000 rupees. So we simply write furniture account liable to revaluation because the income for the firm and whenever any asset increases, it should be debited. तो question understand the question. Question को बहुत ध्यान से समझना पड़ता है. The value of furniture has brought up to 120%. बढ़ के कितनी हो गई है 120%. It means कितना परसेंट बढ़ गई 20% बढ़ी है तो सिंपली फाइंड 20% of 50,000 और सिंपली से 50,000 into 120 by 100 इसमें इंक्रीज बाय 10,000 रुपीज तो जो फर्नीचर की वैल्यू है वो 10,000 रुपीज इंक्रीज कर गई है क्लियर नोट डाउन द नेक्स्ट वन ट्रायंगल नंबर 4 नाउ अगेन इज an important one stock is undervalued by 10% is an important one triangle number 4 stock not many students make mistake in that stock is undervalued by they say the stock is undervalued by 10% and the book value is given book value is rupees 18,000 is given the balance sheet old balance sheet they say stock is undervalued by 10% stock कितना कम हो गया ठीक है इस undervalued by 10% the book value is 18,000 now it's very difficult to find बहुत सारे बच्चे कंफ्यूज होते हैं अब क्या करें बिकॉज हमें गिवन नहीं है लॉट में स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं इस 18,000 का 10% निकालते हैं विच इज रॉन्ग आपने 18,000 का 10% निकाला नो अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन इट्स नॉट करेक्ट व्हाई दे से दैट स्टॉक इज अंडरवैल्यूड बाय 10% और आपने इसकी वैल्यू कितनी लिखी है 18,000 अब स्टॉक की वैल्यू कितनी है 18,000 आपने स्टॉक को 10% अंडर वैल्यूड किया है जबकि वो बढ़ना चाहिए था आपने इसको अंडर वैल्यू किया है नाउ आई गिव यू एग्जांपल सपोज आपके किसी टीचर ने आपको किसी सब्जेक्ट में आपके मार्क्स है 30 और आपको दिए 20 इट मींस यू गेट अंडर वैल्यूड बाय 10 मार्क्स सपोज यू अंडर वैल्यूड बाय 10 मार्क्स आपके मार्क्स आए थे 30 बाय मिस्टेक टीचर ने इसको लिख दिया 20 it means you are undervalued by 10 marks so here same thing the stock is undervalued by 10% they say that stock is undervalued by 10% स्टॉक इज अंडर वैल्यू बाय 10% मीन आपने जो वैल्यू रिकॉर्ड की है ये 90% रिकॉर्ड की है. इट मीन्स हम कैसे निकालेंगे इसको, x का 90% इज इक्वल टू 18,000. x का 90% कितना है 18,000. व्हाट इज x? इफ यू फाइंड x इट्स 18,000 into 100 divided by 90 which is coming 20,000. The actual value of stock is 20,000. लेकिन आपने इसको कितना मेजर किया है 18,000. I repeat again, stock is undervalued by 10%. It means that आपने जो स्टॉक की वैल्यू जो लिखी है वो आपने 90% लिखी है. ओके, द 90% ऑफ व्हाट नीड टू फाइंड आउट. आपने इसको मेंशन किया 90% लिखा है जबकि यू शुड राइट 100%. तो जैसे स्टॉक इज अंडरवैल्यूड बाय 10%, इट मीन द वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक, हमने द एक्चुअल वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक इज x, तो 90% ऑफ x इज 18,000. तो व्हाट इज x इज 20,000 एंड यू राइट द बुक वैल्यू 18,000. आपने कितना मेंशन किया है 18,000, तो आपको बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. इज इट क्लियर? द एंट्री विल बी stock account debit to revaluation. Stock account debit to revaluation 2,000 rupees, क्योंकि आपका स्टॉक जो है वो 2,000 rupees बढ़ रहा है. Then you need to pass the entry. I hope this point is clear. You write stock, the value of asset increases, stock account debit to revaluation account. It's by rupees 2,000. Simple, write the relation. Being the value of stock is increased by 2,000. या being stock is undervalued, now rectified. हमने ठीक कर दिया इसको. Is it clear? Note down the transaction number 5. Transaction 4 कर चुके हम. Note down transaction number 5. Again it's an important one. ये वो transaction है, there are lot many students make mistake in that. If they say stock is overvalued by 10%, stock is overvalued by 10%. And they say the book value of stock is given the question. They say the book value of stock is 22,000. Book value is rupees 22,000. Now, opposite of previous transaction 5, stock is overvalued by 10%. Now, suppose आपको उम्मीद थी किसी सब्जेक्ट में आउट ऑफ 80 मार्क्स आने की एंड यू गेट 90%. टीचर ने गलती से 90 दे दिया, बहुत रेयर होता है, बट टीचर ने बाय मिस्टेक टीचर राइट 90 इन दैट, टीचर ने 90 दे दिया. क्या हो गया? ओवर वैल्यूड. ठीक है, आप 10 मार्क्स से ओवर वैल्यूड हो गए. हियर द सेम थिंग इज हियर. जैसे स्टॉक इज ओवर वैल्यूड बाय 10%. नाउ फाइंड आउट हम कैसे करेंगे. अंडरस्टैंड द प्रीवियस वन. इट मींस दैट आपने क्या लिखा है, दिस इज मेजरिंग 110 110%. इट्स इंक्रीज बाय 10%. आपने 10% इंक्रीज कर दिया, तो आपने कितना लिखा है 110. तो वी सिंपल है x का 110% आपको गिवन है, दिस 22,000. इसको ठीक करने के लिए क्या पड़ेगा, x इक्वल टू किसी चीज का एक्चुअल पोजीशन क्या x का 110% कितना है 22,000. व्हाट डू यू राइट, x इज इक्वल टू 22,000 into 100 divide by 110. The actual position, the actual value of stock is 22,000. If you divide this in, the actual position is 20,000 और आपने कितना लिख दिया 22, तो आपको कम करना पड़ेगा. I hope it's clear. आपने स्टॉक को ओवर वैल्यूड कर दिया. ओवर वैल्यू मीन्स आपने उसको उसकी कीमत ज़्यादा लिख दी, अल्टीमेट कीमत कम थी. आपने इस केस में स्टॉक की वैल्यू कितनी लिख दी 22, बट द एक्चुअल वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक इज 20,000. तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, कम करना पड़ेगा. इट्स एक्सपेंस फॉर द फर्म. हाउ दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर. तो वी राइट इज एक्सपेंस फॉर द रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू स्टॉक अकाउंट. वी राइट रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू स्टॉक अकाउंट. We write revaluation account debit to stock account. How much? 2,000. Being stock is overvalued by 2,000 rupees. Being stock, this way, or simply write being decrease in the value of stock. Being decrease in the value of stock. The actual value recorded, and the actual value was 20,000, but it should be 20,000. It should be 20,000. This part is clear. Sure, you understand this thing. Stock is over 10%. This question is clear. Note down the 5 transactions. Now, understand the term carefully. Now, so this is a section where we teach treatment regarding revaluation account. We study about how we prepare revaluation account, what is the journal entry regarding revaluation account, and what are the important transitions are there in which the students normally make mistakes. To practice all these type of terms, in my next video we will study about revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet, the full questions. Okay. We will take the question from NCERT. Also we will take from questions from DK Goel and TS Grade 1. So till then guys, please work hard. Study more, study safe. Take care. Bye.